Well, hello there everyone, Cobweb Rose here, and I went for a 5-mile run this morning and then decided the day was too beautiful to waste. So now I am out here at the Pink Beds Loop doing a quick hike with Riley. So I recently passed my 1-year trail anniversary for when I started the AT, and I was thinking I would love to go back down to Georgia and restart the AT just for fun, just to do a few days. But since I didn't have time for that impromptu trip today, I decided to come back out to the second best thing, which was the Pink Beds Loop here in Asheville. And the reason I came back here is because this is actually where I made my AT through hike announcement over a year ago. And look at where we are. So I brought Riley with me today, and it's a beautiful day out, a little on the chilly side, but it's gorgeous. I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous out here. And I get to do something I absolutely love with a tiny being that I absolutely love. And she's currently on leash on my belt. Say hi, Riley. No focus with this one. So I thought it would be fun today to show you guys a little bit of how I vlogged my AT through hike and how I do all these hiking videos that you see. And I'm getting ready to get one of those really nice walking away from the camera shots on the trail, and wanted to show you my setup. So I'm currently filming on my GoPro, which I usually have with me, and this is what I've got set up to do my walking shot. Riley obviously is not part of the setup, she's just here. But I have this little tripod from the Tech on Amazon, and I've got my video recorder ready to go on my camera. I do most of my recording on my phone, it's just a personal preference of mine. And we'll go ahead and start the video and get to walking, and you guys will see the end result on the way back. Walking back to get the camera and the tripod. There she is, folks. This is the really exciting stuff that I always cut out of the videos when I edit, so you don't have to watch me walking twice. I found the green tunnel. One thing is universal. No matter how long the hike is, you can find a flow down. So let's go. Come on, Riley. And duck. Oh, get caught on the branch. Ta-da. This is beautiful. Okay, so let's talk vlogging. When I was on the trail, I would usually film about the amount of time that you guys actually ended up seeing in every one of my episodes from the trail, and typically they would be between 5 and 20 minutes long, and it all depended on how I was feeling that day, what the weather was doing, if anything interesting was happening, if the scenery was amazing. So I did edit all of my videos. I use the iMovie software, so it was actually really easy to edit it. And I'll show you guys that in a little bit. But I really wanted to make sure that my videoing was low maintenance for me and something that I could create a really fun, memorable record of the trail without ruining my on-trail experience. So pretty much I would just take little short videos whenever I had a thought in my head, or if something fun was happening, or if there was really pretty scenery. And anytime you saw longer videos, especially ones where you could see my hands in the video and there was only one trekking pole in my hand, that was probably filmed from my GoPro, which I always had on the shoulder of my backpack. And that was to give more POV footage. And my whole thought behind doing the POV footage was I really started all this filming and videoing and posting for my 88-year-old grandma who lives in Tennessee, because this isn't something that she'd be able to do at her age and her state of health. So I wanted to really include her in my trip, and the answer was make videos. So even if she can't hear it, she can watch the video and enjoy the same perspective and the same fun that I was having when I was on trail. And of course, my other family members benefited from that as well. And so did I, because when I got back from the trail, I ended up rewatching my videos, and it was so cool and so much fun to relive those moments because I don't remember some of them. any rate, 15 minutes of active filming, in other words, holding my phone out like this, talking to the camera a day, and a 10-hour day of hiking, just to hit the highlights of the trip and not even to have all of the good parts and all the bad parts, was really, for me, a no-brainer. It was a small price to pay to have a really cool record of my trip that I could share with my friends and my family. So that's why I did it. That's why I vlogged it. Put the effort in, put the time in, and I honestly had a great time with it. So I got a lot of questions when I was on trail about my GoPro. So I use the GoPro Hero 11 with the multimedia pod, and it's because this little like sock thing pretty much blocked out a lot of the wind noise, which was really helpful when we were in super windy spots, aka like climbing through the whites most of the time. And then also it helped protect it a lot from the elements. So I pretty much always had this out on my backpack in the rain. And sorry, Riley is barking at a couple of dogs that just came and visited. I got kisses from a random dog. It's always a good part of a hike. Any day with a dog is a good day. But I used the multimedia pod, which was super helpful. I did have some issues with this part actually coming off. It would pop off in my pocket towards the end of the trip. Haven't had any issues with it since I got back, but just a thing. And then I used the GoPro backpack mount for it. So it's basically just a really heavy duty clip. It has a magnet on the bottom, but I don't know where you're supposed to magnet this thing. People say the magnet doesn't work very well. But that was my setup for my GoPro. And then of course there's a memory card inside here, and I always carried a spare battery, which I almost never needed because a lot of times I wasn't doing a lot of filming on my GoPro. So I actually never took the time to charge the batteries off of my battery bank or anything like that when I was on trail. I really only just charged the battery in town. And that worked out really, really well. Anytime it was raining outside, I was filming all of my footage pretty much on my GoPro, just because I could do it in the rain without having to worry about messing up my camera or messing up my battery. So that's really what this was useful for. Behold the GoPro. So when I created content for you guys, I primarily posted to YouTube. Hi YouTube, thank you for watching. And I also would post pictures to my public Facebook page and public Instagram page. And then I also wrote a few articles for the trek, but if we're being real honest, with all of the hiking and the memory making and the town stops and all of the hiker duties and vlogging and posting, just keeping up with multiple things, I did not have time for everything. So I ended up only doing, I think, 3 vlogs for the trek the entire time. Sorry guys, I really wanted to write more. But it was just one of those, something had to give, because I wanted to be able to enjoy my hike, and in order to do that, I didn't want to have to be keeping up with this constant storm of reaching back home again. And I feel like doing the videos and doing the pictures was just enough. But then I also had a personal journal that I would write in every night. So I think that's really why the one thing that ended up truly just kind of falling on the back burner was the writing part. So when I was on trail, I was posting videos about a week behind where I was on location, just as a safety thing for me, but also as a nice little time cushion for me to be able to edit the videos and get them uploaded, because I was not one of those people that was searching for signal on the top of every mountain, although I did do that a few times. I primarily just waited until we were in town where I knew that I could either get better signal on my phone or potentially jump on some Wi-Fi at a hostel or a hotel and get my stuff uploaded faster that way. And honestly, that worked pretty well. And the only time I really started dropping the ball on making sure you guys had daily videos was once I got into New Hampshire, where I just genuinely didn't really have signal for days on end, even when I checked at the top of the high peaks, or it wasn't signal strong enough for me to actually upload an entire video. So at the end of the day though, I was really filming for me more than anyone else and my family. So I figured they wouldn't be too hurt if it wasn't exactly daily on the day. So just a little tip for you guys, if you are planning on vlogging your hike, any hike, don't just film things that you think people will want to see. Film the things that you want to see, the things that you as a person in 10 years are going to want to look back and see. Like, film those fun moments with your family. Film those days where it's pouring down rain and you're miserable. You know, film those beautiful views. film the people you meet if they will let you, and film the good times and the bad, because when you look back on your body of work, it's really not about what other people think about it, it's about what you think about it and how good your memories are jogged from the work that you did. So that would be my number one advice to you. Film for you. Don't film for anyone else. Film for you and be proud of the work that you do for yourself, regardless of what other people think about it. I totally forgot this cute little campsite right next to a stream and a great bridge was on trail here. That's so nice. All right, Riley, be careful. Wanna follow me? All right, come on, Riley. Come on, up, up, up. Good job. Just stay in the middle, babe.
Oh, yeah.
Good job, Riley.
Oh,
Good job.
Good job.
Great!
This boardwalk section is hands down my favorite part of this trail. It's so much fun, and it's such a pretty spot. And here we are back at the beginning. That was as fun as I remembered it being. It's a beautiful spot. Pink Beds Loop here in Pisgah. Okay, so as you can tell, back at home, fabulous day today. It was so much fun. So what I do when I get home and I'm starting to edit, you can see I use my phone for that. I go into an app called Photo Leap to make all of those really fun thumbnails that you guys see that make you want to click on my video. And you can use this as a free program, and I select edit photo, and then typically I'll have taken one photo that I specifically had in mind on the hike to use as my thumbnail photo. So in this case, it's this cute one of Riley that you guys will see at the beginning of this video. And then you can do things like add layers to it, which I always add text, and name your video. You want to name it something catchy. So I named it Back to the Start, Revisiting the Pink Beds Loop to Talk Vlogging. And then I can save it. And I'm all set. So I start my editing in iMovie, which again, super easy to use, really intuitive. This is just the fastest way for me to do this. And a lot of times I will go into, it allows you to use albums or whatever, and so that's what I typically will use. And then I can select my video footage from the day and add that in order and hit create movie, and it automatically will create my movie. I always use fade out to black so you guys see just a fade at the end, and then you can start your edit. You can mess with transitions, you can change your formatting, you can decide how long your intro is, and you can choose to use the audio that you recorded for your video, or you can erase your audio. You can add in music, which I use a program called Epidemic Sound. This is a paid subscription service, and this allows me to use music that artists have placed in this library, essentially royalty free, so that way I'm covered from the copyright claim perspective on YouTube, and if you guys ever look in the descriptions of my videos, you can actually see all of the artists and the music that I use for my videos. It comes from this app, and all credit goes to the artist for producing that music that they allow us to use. So it's kind of a long process. It takes me anywhere between like 30 minutes and like 4-ish hours to edit any given video. It just kind of depends on how froggy I'm feeling, how long the video is. And obviously I did some really fast editing when I was on trail, so it can be a lot of fun. For me, it's kind of a chore, but I do it for you guys, and I hope that this little chat about vlogging was helpful to you, and that you guys will be able to make a really nice video library for your next hike. Take care, everybody. As always, happy trails. Like and subscribe my channel, share with your friends, and go out and hike.